Good evening and welcome to a late night episode of PlayerTwoStartPodcast. We're not actually recording our full length video today, but we are talking about something that we talked amongst ourselves and thought maybe you would like to know. What is our topic today, Zach? I don't know.
Our topic tonight is how each of us got into gaming.
Oh, that's a fun topic.
Yeah.
Kat, you're it.
We were all like trying to figure out what we were. How did we actually get into gaming?
How did we get here?
Kat said something before. She was like, "I think I just fell into gaming."
I think I just fell down and landed in a gaming chair. But truthfully, there were many years between the first time I played a game and now. I took a huge break as I was growing up, but when I started gaming, I was playing, I want to say my first game was the Zelda Ocarina of Time. And I used to play this with my twin brother. We would sit and play this game all day, every day. We loved it. And I remember even thinking about this game a ton as I was growing up. I don't know, it was kind of nostalgic. And I remembered the music and the songs from the game and stuff. But that was a long time ago. I think that game came out in like 1998 or something. Not to give my age away there or anything like that. But
I was a teenager. I'm giving away my age there.
I was not a teenager yet. But yeah, that was the game that got me started. I also remember playing a Star Wars game a lot.
Which Star Wars game?
I can't remember. I mean, it was on Nintendo 64.
Was it Phantom Menace?
So
No. She's talking about. Oh my god!
Was it like a pod racer game?
No, it was like a full campaign story.
The one in which you build your own lightsaber. Oh my god! Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, this was on Nintendo 64, so this was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But fast forward, I'm not going to tell you how many years.
So in between that and now,
probably about 6 or 7 years ago, I remembered how much fun I had playing that game. And a friend of mine, he was a PC builder, and I was like, "Hey, here's very few dollars. Can you please build me a PC?" and put an N64 emulator in there. I really want to play that game.
Nice.
And he did. It was the cheapest PC you could build, and it probably couldn't run anything else. But I ended up playing that game again, and I think I just beat it in like 2 weekends worth of gaming. And then I was like, you know what? That's all I need. I just need to get that out of my system. I sold that PC, and I didn't buy another one until the pandemic. So lots of breaks in between for me, but man, I'm definitely stuck now. I can't get out of this chair.
All right, Zach, your turn.
Oh man, so I grew up with gaming like from the get-go, I guess. The earliest game I can remember playing was probably either Super Mario or Duck Hunt on the NES.
Right.
So one of the two games on the NES are the games that I played first. And I was probably about, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, something like that. Maybe 5 years old or something like this. And so I grew up into it. I had 2 sisters, and the older one didn't play as much as the middle one. I'm the youngest. The middle sister, she played games with me all the time. And I just grew up from NES, and then like in 93, I got a Sega Genesis.
Nice. My favorite.
From there, I remember playing, Ninja Turtles. I played
Contra. Well, no, not Contra. Streets of Rage.
There was a Contra on the Sega, I remember.
Yeah, but Streets of Rage, we've talked about this.
Streets of Rage. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember. It's like, we're going to play it later because this is an awesome game.
Fair enough.
It's just like a mash button kind of game, but it's awesome. It's so nostalgic thinking about that.
Yeah.
From Sega, I went to PS1 in 95.
Yeah.
And then I kind of had like a PC epiphany in 97, 98. I got my first own PC. Like my dad, he owned a computer and stuff, but I wasn't
Yeah.
allowed to touch it. I got my own computer in like 97.
Okay.
And from then, my first game on the computer, well, I scratched that. I did play Doom on other people's computers, but it wasn't mine,
Yeah.
right?
In
It
the
was my
90s? These games were
Oh
out in the
yeah.
90s?
yeah,
Yeah. The
Doom was
first Doom.
yeah.
Oh
What?
my god. Me and my cousins used to play it. Like he would run and I would shoot. Like we would
Yeah, exactly.
first
Oh
we
man,
played,
we used to do that.
'cause it was one keyboard. Like the whole game
Yeah,
ran on keyboard. One
exactly.
person was
So
mashing the
one person would be
freaking bar,
moving, the other one shooting.
and the other one is like walking around with the arrow keys. That's how you play it if you wanted to play it two person because it was not. And same thing was Duke Nukem as well. Do you remember that, Zach?
Yeah, yeah, dude. Oh man.
Yeah.
Um, so and that was kind of like a taboo game to play because it had a
Yeah,
curse
because
word or something in.
it was an NSFW game in today's
Yeah, and there was like
environment.
boobs and stuff, and
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, it was very NSFW game in today's environment. We were not supposed to play it as,
No.
teenagers, but we did regardless. Hey, mom's, where's mom? You know?
So I played that, but it wasn't my own physical copy of a game. My
Yeah.
first physical copy of a game on a PC was like a MotoGP or something like that,
Hmm.
and Star Wars Phantom Menace on a PC.
All right.
But so like after that, I just became like really into the PC. I didn't get a PS2. I didn't do the Xbox. I didn't go. Well, I did get the Nintendo Wii, but that was until
Mhm.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had some good
So
games.
Did
yeah,
you
I
also game in a kimono back then in the 90s?
always every day. No, I'm just kidding. This is a special thing.
It comes out in the evening,
So like yeah, I definitely became a huge PC gamer from the late 90s till today. I'm still like a huge PC guy. I do own today a Switch, which my kids mostly play on. I can't even get access to them usually. And we don't really have another console other than that.
Yeah.
If I were to buy one, it'd probably be like a PlayStation. I
Yeah.
guess I don't know. I'm not really sure, but
No, you don't
most of
need
the
one.
stuff, like an
Yeah,
Xbox, you can get all those
PC
games on
man.
a PC, right?
Mhm.
And I don't know. I'm just like big into computer games, but that's basically my transition from childhood to now. Is like NES was the birth of all
Mhm.
that. Just growing up, and that was so awesome. Great times, Duck Hunt. Like
Yeah.
I remember
Well,
just going out.
I
You
got a
go, man.
couple. I got a couple of years on you, so you started on the NES. So I my age might be showing here because I'm close to 40 here in just a year.
Are you gonna bring Atari into this
Yeah,
conversation?
I did. I'll
Always
be
heard about
honest.
that. Thought it
So
was a myth.
I did start with the Atari. Atari was not the first gaming console, but
Mm.
for me it was the first gaming console because you had like two games.
Yeah.
I played on that, and then I played on the NES. I did not own one, but I used to go to my cousin's house. I'd be like, "Mom, can I stay the night? Mom, can I stay the night?" I would stay the night at my
Hmm.
cousin's house. We would play freaking Contra. We would play, all these freaking games, and we used to have a lot of fun. We played MotoGP. You remember like what's that? Excite Bike. All those
Excitebike
games.
was my favorite NES
Oh my
game.
god, I loved that game. That game was so much fun. Me and my cousin, against each other. The first GTA, people don't know this. GTA has been out for a while. The first GTA was a top-down game in which you could see the cars from the top and you
Right.
twist around and there were
Right.
mafiosi and you would take their cars. So I
GTA 2
played
as well. This is also
GTA 2
GTA
as
2.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I played all those games. I played on the NES. My first personal console after the Atari was the Genesis. And the Sega Genesis, I had that for the longest. We would go buy cassettes, and you know how when the cassette went bad, you took an eraser, you rubbed on the cartridge a little bit at the bottom, and then you would put back in, it would start working. So
Yeah.
those were
I
fun
used to take a
times.
Q-tip.
Take
I
the
used to take a
Q-tip, you
Q-tip.
clean it, you take it out of the
Yeah.
cartridge. But that shows our
It's
age, viewers. How old we are. We can look into it. I swear to God, that's exactly how it worked.
It
You
worked
know.
every time. You just go
Yep.
just a
That's
little bit.
exactly that's how exactly it worked. But then I got into PC gaming for a very short time. I did not own a PC, but I got on a floppy disk a copy of Red Alert. and I used to go to my dad's
Oh,
office. And I
wow.
used to go play it on his computer because I did not have a computer at home. So I used to go to my dad's
Command and
office and
Conquer
play
for
Command and
anybody who
Conquer.
doesn't remember that.
Yep, yep.
Mm-mm.
Used to play that. Then I had a PC. Uh, when I was still in school, I used to play a lot of games on that. Played all the Battlefields from the first one. I've not played 2042 because of how, in viewers' opinion, is hot trash. Battlefield 2042. Nobody likes to play it because it's hot trash, and they took away all the good things that Battlefield had from the first one, 1942. So on and so forth. Battlefield 3, amazing game. I got so hard into that game, so on and so forth. So I got into PC gaming. Then I took, Kat said she took a little break from
Mm-hmm.
gaming, and I did too because I graduated college. I was getting my first job. I was busy with my career. I was
Yeah.
hanging out more. I was socializing more with coworkers, with my friends. Money was coming in, so instead of playing video games at home, I was socializing more. I was going out. I was spending money at restaurants, and so at that point, then eventually, when things start dying down, you're like, okay, I've been doing this for a while. I want to get back in gaming. Then I bought an Xbox. I did not have the Xbox One or the PlayStations. I bought an Xbox 360. Then I got Skyrim and I got all these games. Then I started
Mm,
getting back into gaming, and
yeah.
then just grabbed. Then my mom used to be like, because I was still living with my parents at that time because they contributed into the house and I was not ready to move out. Kind of like, you still live in your mom's basement right
Are you a
now?
late
No,
bloomer?
I was a late bloomer. It so
I'm just
listen,
kidding,
man.
man.
I say that because I was raised in the third world, right? I'll be straight. And
Right,
in the
yeah.
third world, the way of life is very different that you see in America. Over here, I have my own house
Yeah.
and live with my wife and kids, but over there, a lot of families like they stick together, they live together, kind of like deal. Like the houses are bigger, but it's distributed amongst the family, so everybody's got their own little setup. So I had my own bedroom,
Mm-hmm.
And I
but at the
know,
same
like,
time.
over there, it's, like, generational, like, people
Yes,
live in
it's very
the house.
generational. All families live together kind of deal because it's expensive. In the third world, you can't imagine freaking building or buying a house like you can in America. Well, not America these days because I know the struggle of all the millennials and the Gen Z
Mhm.
out there. They're trying to
Yeah.
buy houses right now. But then again, we won't get into that. Yeah, that's
Own
that's a topic
topic.
I'm not an expert at. That's not a topic that we cover in our podcast. So we'll continue about video games. Anyway, regardless, got into video games, back into it. Had the Xbox for a while, then built another PC, then get back into Battlefield 3, got into Battlefield 4, so on and so forth. And since my Xbox 360 died, Lord bless his soul, the ring of death that I received from
Oh no.
the
Oh,
from Satan.
man.
Yeah, it was sad indeed. I was playing Black Flag when that happened, and it died, and I had never played that game again. I never finished it, which I'm still disappointed, but I don't want to play it again. Anyway, so regardless,
Animosity towards it?
yes. But I've had multiple consoles throughout my life, but now primarily I'm a PC gamer. I do have a Switch, yeah. Do I have a PlayStation? Not the latest one, but the PS4 Pro, but it works. I only got it. The only reason I got the PS4 was for Red Dead Redemption 2 because of Red Dead Redemption
Ooh,
1
that's
because
what
I
I'm
played
playing right
that
now.
game for
Such a
with my
good game.
cousins with my on my cousin's PlayStation. I played it, I finished it, I borrowed it, and I absolutely loved that game. So I got the second one just because of that, because it's the prequel to Red Dead Redemption 1. Prior to that one, so I just got it for that specific game. That's how interested I was. But yeah, so that's how I started. Now here we are. I play all kinds of games,
Did you
and
play through, Red Dead 1? Did you
yes, yes.
Okay,
I
yeah.
finished that one. Yep. And then when Red Dead 2 came out, I loved it. I love the characters. That game is amazing. I have it on PC. I'll be straight. Like I have it on PC, but I've not played it on PC in terms of campaign. I got it so I could play with my friends. And you know how your friends are like, hey man, get this game. We're all gonna play Red Dead Online together like we
And
used to play
they
GTA
freaking
Online.
get
And then
I
you
you.
spent
never do.
I spent 60 freaking dollars on this game.
Yeah,
I got it. We played like 2 missions, and now I'm like,
That was
fun.
it.
I have
Yeah.
it. I don't have it installed anymore. So, but yeah, I played Red Dead Online for a little bit, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
that's my history.
So I have a
that's
question for you
awesome.
guys.
Go
So it
ahead.
sounds like you both have built PCs or upgraded them and all
Hmm.
that. Is that something that you did because you needed your PC to be better and you're like, a super gamer? and you're going to do it yourself, or do you like actually enjoy doing that kind of stuff? Because I'm a sucker for Instagrams with like the build videos. I love
All
it.
right, I will say something. In the 2000s, it was good to build and upgrade because the parts were cheaper than if you were to buy it from like Dell or another big, company. You could just buy the part, put it in your computer because the chipsets were different back then. But like you could plug and play into a lot of stuff, and it wouldn't be really hard to do. You just had to plug it up and put it in there.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, it's hard to say. It's more, I would say, it's more towards like pleasurable than a necessity because a lot of the big stores or like third party builders will sell you a PC that is cheaper than if you were to buy all the parts yourself and put it together.
Well, the reason for that, Zach, is a lot of times the PC builders get parts on wholesale than retail, so they
Right? Yeah,
still,
just paying
manage
like
to generate a
dollars.
profit. But at the same time, you have to realize you're not paying a whole lot more for a ready-built PC. If you're not patient like me, like if I'm buying it, I'm going on Amazon for 2-day delivery and I'm getting all my parts and building it on the weekend,
Same. Oh, not
So
building.
I actually enjoy. I have bought a PC once before that was pre-built. The benefit of that is, yeah, maybe I paid a couple $100 over the market price of all the products combined, but I did not know how to build a PC back then because I was still coming back from console into PC gaming. So
Right?
I
Yeah.
paid somebody to build it for me, but then I broke it apart. I learned it how to do it. So now I do it myself because I, like Zach said, it's more pleasurable. I enjoy putting a PC together. I know how the chipsets work, how the pins work. I mean, if I mess it up, then I mess it up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
at
it's like
the same time, I actually enjoy building my PCs, upgrading them, and I've a habit of upgrading my PC every 3 years. But with the part prices now, it's probably gonna move on to
Oh yeah,
5
like
years.
if you buy a nice graphics card nowadays, it's like a whole computer
Yeah,
price. Feels
yeah,
like
it is.
it's kind of ridiculous.
The graphics
I was
card is
looking
more
at like the
expensive than your
4000
processor,
series.
RAM, motherboard, everything combined.
Yeah, if I was just looking at the 4000 series, it's like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yep.
that's high.
Yep. I
That's
have a
really high.
3070. I'm happy. I don't care. Like unless
Yeah,
some bigwig company, says like, hey, Nvidia says like, hey, Jalkit, hey, we're gonna send you a 4090
yes,
Ti
please.
with everything. I would like, yes, please, thank you very much, sir.
I don't
I'd
even know
say
I
what I
that,
will
but
have.
I'm
I
not
will
a content
commercialize the
creator,
hell out
big
of
name
that if you
person
give me a
to.
free
Yeah.
GPU.
I'll take
I don't
it.
know anything about the parts and components. Like people ask me what I have all the time, and I'm like, I don't know. I had friends help me piece it
Yeah,
together because they knew what I wanted to do,
Yeah.
and so
there's no shame
I
in that,
don't.
man.
Yeah,
There
I don't
really
think I
isn't.
would even want to. I wouldn't want to try to build, but I do like watching videos of other people doing builds.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
have
know
you
why.
seen
It's
some of
kind
those
of
builds? Are
therapeutic.
so cool.
They usually put like cool music with it, and it's just very like it's like ASMR, but for a PC build type of
Mhm.
thing.
Now we're gonna
Yeah.
tighten this screw on the
They don't
processor,
even say it, it's just music and just them doing it.
and
The
then there's a
liquid
little
cooling
screwdriver.
thing, though, I get nervous anytime I'm watching a video of
Oh, I
somebody
don't. I
doing
can't.
the
I
because that's
can't
what
do
I
that.
have, and I'm like, I don't even want to bump my
No,
Wait, you
computer.
don't have a cooler,
no,
like a
no.
liquid
So,
cooler?
so I do have a cooler, but I don't have the custom build coolers, the one that you pour the liquid
Oh
in.
yeah, okay. Those
I
are different.
I
I
cannot
have
do
an
that.
I have an
I will
AIO. That's
f
great.
something
What do
up
I
if.
have, Zach?
You have an AIO as well.
Okay, so the
AIO.
AIO ones are okay. AI ones,
Yeah, they're all
AIOs
self-contained. You
are
don't have to do
really
anything.
easy
Yeah.
to screw it in, everything, plug it in, everything is easy. But the ones that we pour the liquid in and it's
Right,
running
that
Yeah,
one
all the
and
gets a
it's
cool
little.
colors and the
But I mean,
lights.
it's
Like,
essentially the same thing as an
that's
all-in-one.
what
You
I
just
want.
have to plug in the tubing the way you want it
yeah.
to, right?
I have no experience with it. I'm pretty sure I can watch some videos, do a DIY, but it scares the crap out of me that I'm gonna, F up
Yeah.
my graphics card like,
People are
oh,
really artistic with it, though, and it's so cool to see
no,
how artistic people
it's
get with
really
their
good.
builds.
And I
You know
would
what I
pay
haven't seen
somebody
in a
for that
long
to do it.
time? And this used to be like super like cutting edge, or I don't know if cutting edge, but it was like super cool maybe 15 years ago. They used to like have a tank of like
Yeah.
mineral oil or some shit.
What?
And they used to run their whole PC inside of it because it wasn't conductive, so you wouldn't have.
Wow.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
would cool it
I've
down.
never heard of that.
Yeah.
It-
I don't know if those things exist
How are
anymore,
your
but
sons? How are your fans gonna work?
so they
Yeah.
would have the fan would just like slowly turn in the mineral oil, but the mineral oil
yeah.
is cold. You couldn't
Yeah.
heat it up fast enough. As long as the mineral oil was circulating in some way, it would cool down everything. And
Yeah.
I don't know whatever happened to that. I don't. I just remember
I
watching.
think it
this.
sounded like it went wrong or something.
Well, at the same
people
time, it's a
wised
lot of
up
money
about
for a
it.
big tank of mineral oil too.
The
But
whole,
Yeah.
the whole building caught fire. Everybody was like,
I have no idea. But I remember reading that in a magazine when people read magazines, and it was like the coolest thing. I was like, "What? How is that possible?" And there would be like pictures of people with a computer running in like a fish tank thing. I don't know. It was neat. All right.
I did see recently. One more thing. I gotta share this
Yeah,
because you
yeah,
both
yeah.
both
Do
will
it.
like this. If I can find the video, I'll send it to you. But I did find a video of a guy who did a build, and it was like a Death Star computer build, and it was like this. It was really cool. It was
Was it-
all lit up on the inside, but it was actually shaped like the Death Star.
So
And
was
that
it
awesome.
was it like a Lego Death Star, or was it like a full on model of the?
It was like
Death
it was like a plexiglass, I guess.
Wow,
Yeah, because you could
That's pretty
see
cool.
all the components and stuff inside, and there was lights. It was on Instagram.
that's
I'll
awesome.
have to find the video. Oh my gosh,
Alright,
I would
please
spend
send
a
it.
lot of money on that.
the.
Well, I believe we're straying off topic today, and
Okay.
today's episode was supposed to be short and sweet about who we are. Well, not who we are, but how we got into video games. And Sakurai and Kat, thank you very much, and thank you to me. I don't know why I'm self-appreciating here, but thank you for everybody. But it was a
Thank you,
short- it
Jalk.
was-
Thank
yeah,
you for everything.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. But this was a short, sweet video to tell you, not tell us, about how we got into video gaming. Until next time, have a good evening. Bye bye.
Bye bye.